Ladies and gentlemen, there is a power in quietness that many overlook. There is a force in silence that the impatient will never understand. You see, the world is loud, noisy, chaotic, but those who master the art of stillness, those who choose to keep quiet, they are the ones who grow beyond measure. When you stop chasing validation, when you stop proving yourself to everyone around you, something miraculous happens. Your energy is no longer scattered. Your mind is no longer cluttered. You become focused, intentional, and unstoppable. Growth does not happen in the spotlight. It happens in the shadows, in the work that no one sees, in the effort that no one applauds. The universe is listening. It notices every step you take, every sacrifice you make, every moment you choose patience over reaction. When you focus on becoming better, stronger, wiser, and kinder, the universe aligns. Doors open that you never knew existed. Opportunities appear at the perfect time. People show up in your life who are meant to help you, not distract you. Keep quiet. Keep planting seeds of discipline, wisdom, and faith. Keep watering your dreams with consistent effort and resilience. Don't shout about your struggles and don't brag about your progress. Let your results do the talking. Keep growing in the shadows because what is meant for you cannot be denied. Remember, silence is not weakness. It is strategy. Patience is not procrastination. It is preparation. Every quiet effort you make is building a future that is unstoppable, undeniable, and extraordinary. Trust the process. Trust yourself. And trust that the universe will deliver exactly what you need at exactly the right time. There is a power in silence that most people will never understand. In a world obsessed with noise, with talking, with explaining, with proving themselves, silence becomes a weapon of the wise. Many believe that speaking constantly, broadcasting every thought, sharing every feeling, and defending every decision is the way to achieve success. The truth is, those who master the art of silence move differently. They move strategically, with purpose, with intention, with a focus that the world cannot comprehend until it is too late to stop them. Silence is not weakness. It is not timidity. It is not a lack of confidence. On the contrary, silence is strength. Silence is awareness. Silence is clarity. When you are silent, you are not reacting, you are observing. You are not chasing attention, you are conserving energy. You are not entangled in the chaos of others' opinions. You are tuning in to your own inner wisdom. The quiet person, the one who chooses to speak only when necessary, is often the one plotting greatness in ways that no one else can see. Storms rage around you. When criticism and judgment fill the air, the instinct is to shout, to defend, to explain. Silence allows you to rise above the noise. Silence allows you to remain calm when others are panicking. Silence allows you to gather your thoughts, understand your next move, and respond with precision rather than emotion. Those who understand the power of silence know that words are weapons. They do not waste their power on battles that are not theirs to fight. Silence creates space. When you stop filling every moment with words, every situation with explanations, and every interaction with reactions, you allow space for reflection, for growth, and for strategy. In that space, you can see things others cannot. You can hear opportunities that are hidden in the quiet. You can sense patterns, notice timing, and discern intentions. The universe often speaks in whispers, in moments that demand stillness. Those who refuse to be quiet, who refuse to step back and observe, miss these messages. Silence becomes the bridge between where you are and where you are destined to be. Many confuse silence with submission. Silence is not about giving in. It is about taking control. It is about choosing your battles, selecting your words, and deciding when to act. When you speak without thinking, when you react without restraint, you give your power away. When you remain silent, you reclaim it. You hold your ground. You wait. You plan, you prepare. The person who speaks last, who speaks with authority, who speaks with wisdom, always commands respect. And respect, as we know, is the currency of influence. Silence is also a shield. It protects you from gossip, from criticism, from distractions, from the chaos that others create. In silence, you avoid unnecessary confrontations. You avoid the energy-draining cycle of defending yourself. You avoid the mistakes that come from impulsive reactions. The strongest people in history often had one thing in common. They knew when to speak and when to remain silent. They understood that timing is everything, and that silence is the ally of patience. Patience allows things to unfold in their natural course. It allows the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances to come into alignment. Consider your own life for a moment. How many times have you reacted too quickly? How many times have you explained too much, argued too hard, or tried to justify yourself when the truth was already evident? How many times you've been drained by the noise of the world, pulled in directions that were not yours, simply because you did not choose silence? Silence is the pause that gives power to your next move. It is the preparation before the storm. It is the quiet confidence that says, I see, I understand, act when it is time. Silence is also a tool for mastery. Mastery over your emotions, mastery over your thoughts, mastery over your life. When you are silent, you can observe your own tendencies. You can notice your weaknesses, your fears, your distractions. And in that observation, you can correct, improve, and grow. Silence allows you to connect with yourself in a way that speaking constantly never can. It allows you to understand your purpose, clarify your vision, and align your actions with your goals. The most successful people are not those who shout the loudest. They are those who move in silence and let their results speak. Do not underestimate the power of strategic silence in relationships, in business, in leadership, and in life. People respect those who do not need to explain everything. People follow those who act with precision and purpose. People notice those who remain calm in chaos. In silence, you create authority. In silence, you command presence. In silence, you allow your actions, your discipline, and your results to define you. The world may be noisy, but you do not have to be. The world may demand explanations, but you do not have to give them. The world may scream for attention. You can rise quietly and be unstoppable. Finally, understand the silence is a seed. Plant it, nurture it, protect it. In time, it will grow into power, wisdom, and influence. What you cultivate in quiet will flourish in the world. What you prepare in private will shine in public. The universe favors those who act with intention and patience. When you embrace silence as a strategy, you align yourself with forces greater than your understanding. Doors will open, opportunities will appear, success will arrive, not because you shouted for it, but because you prepared for it quietly, consistently, and wisely. Choose silence. Embrace it. Do not mistake it for fear or weakness. Let it be your shield, your sword, and your strategy. In the quiet, you will find strength. In the quiet, you will find clarity. In the quiet, you will discover that everything you desire, everything you are working for, everything you hope to achieve will follow, because silence is not empty. Silence is full of power. Silence is full of potential. Silence is the strategy that will set you apart, elevate you above the noise, and deliver you to the life you are meant to live. There is a sacred truth that many people fail to grasp. Growth does not happen under the spotlight. Growth does not occur when everyone is watching, commenting, judging, or applauding. True growth happens in private. It happens behind closed doors, in the silence of preparation, hours when no one else is paying attention, and in the work that goes unnoticed. The world may reward noise and visibility. Greatness is born in the quiet, in the unseen, in the moments when effort is not rewarded immediately but invested faithfully. Many people are in a rush. They want recognition now. They want validation now. They want everyone to see their journey, their struggles, and their progress. Life does not work that way. The seeds of transformation, the seeds of excellence, the seeds of mastery require soil that is quiet, fertile, and protected. They need space to grow, roots to establish, and time to flourish. Growth cannot be forced. It cannot be rushed. It cannot be performed for an audience. It is a process, a sacred, private, personal process. When you understand that growth happens privately, you stop seeking approval from the wrong sources. You stop comparing yourself to others who are already in the light while you are still in the shadows. You realize that what matters is not how quickly the world notices your efforts, but how deeply your efforts are shaping you. You realize that every early morning, every late night, every sacrifice, every failure, Every lesson learned in silence is creating a foundation for the success, wisdom, and influence that will one day become undeniable. Growth happens when no one is watching because it is honest, it is raw, it is unfiltered. When you grow publicly, there is a tendency to fake, conform, and to protect appearances. But in private growth, there are no masks, there are no pretenses. There is only truth, truth about your abilities, about your weaknesses, truth about your resilience, and truth about your dedication. Private growth requires courage because it forces you to face yourself without excuses. It forces you to confront your fears, your doubts, and your limitations. And it is in confronting these challenges privately that true transformation occurs. Consider the great achievers of the world. Their journeys were not built on applause or instant recognition. They were built on countless hours of practice, study, discipline, and focus when no one else cared. They grew in moments of solitude, when the world was silent, when distractions were set aside, when the work required was tedious, repetitive, or uncomfortable. They understood a profound secret: the world sees only the results. It never sees the preparation, the sweat, the sacrifice, and the private toil that made those results possible. Private growth also builds resilience. When you grow without constant affirmation, without validation, and without praise, you develop an inner strength that cannot be shaken. You learn to trust yourself. You learn to rely on your own judgment, to push forward when others doubt you, and to persevere when recognition is delayed. Public praise is temporary, social approval is fleeting. But the confidence that comes from knowing you have done the work, even when no one else is looking, is permanent. It cannot be taken away. It cannot be diminished, and it cannot be faked. Growth happens privately because it allows you to make mistakes safely. Quiet, you can stumble, fail, learn, and adjust without fear of embarrassment. You can test ideas, take risks, innovate without the pressure of judgment. Private growth is experimental, it is exploratory, and it is freeing. It gives you the freedom to refine your skills, strengthen your character, and sharpen your mind. It is in private growth that you build the habits, discipline, and knowledge that will eventually position you for public success. Moreover, private growth teaches humility. When you learn in silence, when you improve without applause, when you sacrifice without recognition, you develop an understanding that your worth is not defined by external approval, but by your own commitment to excellence. Humility allows you to continue learning even when others think you have already arrived. It allows you to listen, adapt, and improve constantly. It allows you to stay grounded when the world finally notices the results of your work. Private growth also protects your energy. The world is full of distractions, opinions, and unsolicited advice. If you share your journey prematurely, if you expose your weaknesses, if you seek approval constantly, your energy is drained. People may misunderstand you. They may discourage you. They may even try to sabotage your progress. When growth happens privately, you retain your energy, you conserve your focus, you channel your efforts entirely into building yourself, strengthening your skills, and achieving your goals. By the time you step into the light, you are prepared, you are ready, and you are unstoppable. Remember, growth is not measured by recognition. It is measured by transformation. It is measured by how much stronger, wiser, and more capable you become over time. Private growth is invisible, but it is powerful. It lays the foundation for greatness. It creates depth of character, clarity of purpose, and resilience that will carry you through challenges that the unprepared cannot survive. It is the secret that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, transient from the timeless, the shallow from the profound. So embrace the private moments, value the unseen work, respect the quiet discipline. Celebrate the small victories that no one else notices. Learn, practice, reflect, adjust, and persevere when the world is silent. Protect your growth from the noise of the crowd, the pressure of comparison, and the temptation of immediate recognition. Trust the process, because every hour you invest in private growth compounds into results that the world cannot ignore. One day, the results of your private growth will emerge in the public sphere. Your skills will be undeniable. Your character will shine. Your achievements will speak louder than words. People will marvel at what you have accomplished, but they will never fully comprehend the hours, the discipline, private battles that built your success. And in that moment, you will realize that the quiet work, the private sacrifices, unseen growth were not only necessary, they were the true essence of your greatness. Growth happens privately. It happens in silence, in discipline, solitude, in perseverance, and in faith. It happens when no one is watching. It happens when the world is distracted by noise, chatter, instant gratification. It happens when you focus on becoming better, stronger, and wiser without seeking validation from anyone but yourself. When the time is right, when the work is complete, when the foundation is solid, the results will reveal themselves. The world will see what you have built, but you will always know that the most important work, the work that truly matters, happened quietly, in private, where growth was nurtured, protected, allowed to flourish. So protect your process, trust your journey, keep working, keep learning, keep improving silently, diligently, faithfully. Your private growth is your power, your strategy, and your advantage. Let the world wait, let them doubt, let them question. What you are building in private will one day rise in public, unstoppable, undeniable, and extraordinary. Growth happens privately, and those who understand this secret will always be steps ahead, while the rest chase noise and recognition without substance. There is a subtle trap that many of us fall into, one that quietly steals our energy, distracts our focus, and diminishes our potential. It is the trap of seeking validation. From the moment we are born, the world encourages us to look for approval, to crave acknowledgement, praise, and recognition. And though this may feel natural, it is also one of the greatest barriers to personal power and true success. You constantly chase validation. You give your authority over your own life to others. You tie your self-worth to opinions that are fleeting, inconsistent, and often misinformed. Validation feels good. It gives a temporary boost. It makes us feel seen, appreciated, and acknowledged. But it is not sustainable. It is a fleeting affirmation that cannot replace real confidence, real discipline, real resilience. When you depend on validation to define your worth, you are vulnerable. You are at the mercy of other people's perceptions. You live a life dictated by the judgments, the biases, and the moods of others. One day, praise flows. The next day, it disappears. And in that inconsistency, you find stress, anxiety, and disappointment. The truth is, your life is not meant to be a performance for others. You are not here to impress, convince, or win approval. Your purpose is to grow, to learn, to pursue excellence, and to fulfill your destiny. And that work, your work, requires focus. It requires energy. It requires courage. When you chase validation, you scatter your energy. You seek approval where it is not necessary. You measure your actions by how others will react rather than by whether they align with your values, your goals, and your potential. Avoiding the need for validation does not mean you stop caring about people or their opinions. It does not mean you become cold or detached. It means you become grounded in your own truth. It means you measure yourself by your own standards. It means you learn to rely on your own voice rather than the applause of the crowd. People who are anchored in themselves do not need constant reassurance. Confident in their direction, they are clear in their purpose. They understand that the path to greatness is walked in integrity, discipline, consistent effort, not in seeking permission from the world to succeed. When you are always looking to others for validation, you are building on a shaky foundation. You are trying to please people who cannot possibly see or understand your full potential. You are allowing temporary opinions to dictate your permanent choices. But when you stop chasing validation, you reclaim your power. You become the authority in your own life. You make decisions based on your values, your priorities, and your vision. You move with clarity, confidence, and independence. The world may cheer, the world may doubt, the world may ignore you, but you are no longer dependent on its approval to thrive. Chasing validation also slows your growth. Growth requires risk, failure, and the willingness to face discomfort. Growth demands that you act even when no one is watching. Growth requires decisions that may not be popular, and it requires the courage to stand firm when criticism comes. If your motivation is always tied to external approval, you will hesitate. You will second guess yourself. You will conform. And in that hesitation and conformity, opportunities are lost, potential is wasted, and progress is delayed. Real growth is fearless. Real growth is self-driven. Real growth does not ask for applause. It earns it naturally through results. Avoiding validation frees you to be authentic. When you stop trying to please others, you stop wearing masks. You stop presenting a version of yourself that fits other people's expectations. You begin to align your actions with your values, your passions, your purpose. Authenticity is magnetic. Authenticity draws the right people, opportunities, and circumstances to you. And ironically, when you stop chasing validation, you often receive it naturally, but this time it is earned, deserved, aligned with your true self rather than dependent on performance or approval. Validation is a dangerous currency because it is temporary and inconsistent. Praise, attention, and approval are like sand through your fingers, beautiful for a moment, but impossible to hold. True power, true peace, true confidence come from within. They are built on consistent effort, integrity, resilience, and self-awareness. When you stop chasing validation, you cultivate inner strength. You develop the ability to trust yourself, your judgment, and your abilities. You begin to rely on the one opinion that truly matters, your own. And that self-reliance creates freedom, focus, and unstoppable momentum. Avoiding validation also strengthens your relationships. When you act from a place of authenticity, you attract people who respect your values, share your vision, and support your growth. You stop attracting those who are merely impressed by appearances or shallow accomplishments. You create space for meaningful connections, collaborations, and partnerships. And because you are not constantly seeking approval, your interactions are genuine. Your presence is confident, and your influence becomes natural rather than forced. Finally, avoiding validation prepares you for challenges, setbacks, and criticism. Life is filled with moments when others will doubt you, criticize you, or fail to recognize your worth. If you are dependent on validation, these moments can break your spirit. But if you have cultivated self-respect, self-belief, and inner approval, you can weather any storm. You remain grounded. You remain focused. You remain committed. And ultimately, your results, your work, your discipline, and your achievements speak louder than the words or opinions of others ever could. So let today be the day you stop chasing validation. Today be the day you reclaim your power. Let today be the day you focus on your growth, your discipline, and your purpose. Today be the day you stop asking the world to approve your journey and start living it with confidence, courage, and clarity. The world may cheer, the world may doubt, the world may remain silent, but you will know that your worth, your value, and your potential are not determined by anyone else. They are determined by you. Avoid validation, pursue mastery, build character, strengthen your mind, trust your process, walk boldly, even when no one is applauding, work diligently, even when no one is watching, speak carefully, even when you could shout for recognition. Let your actions, your results, and your discipline become the proof of your greatness. In doing so, you step into a life of freedom, authenticity, unstoppable momentum, a life where you are defined not by the approval of others, but by the truth of your own power. Remember, validation is fleeting. Your growth, your discipline, and your self-mastery are eternal. Stop chasing approval. Start trusting yourself. Live boldly. Work quietly. And watch as the world eventually acknowledges what it once overlooked, the power, the wisdom, and the unstoppable force that you have become. There is a truth in life that is often overlooked. Effort is never wasted. Every action you take, every step you move forward, every ounce of energy you invest in yourself, your dreams, and your purpose is noticed. Perhaps not immediately, perhaps not by those around you. The universe, the great force that governs timing, opportunity, and alignment, takes note. Every effort you make, no matter how small, creates a ripple. And these ripples converge in ways you cannot yet see, leading to outcomes that exceed your imagination. Many people underestimate the power of consistent effort. For quick wins, they expect instant results. They judge success by what is visible in the moment. But growth, progress, transformation are rarely instantaneous. They are cultivated quietly, patiently, and deliberately over time. Every moment you commit to improvement, Every habit you build, every lesson you embrace is a deposit into the account of your future. The universe records it all, even when it seems like nothing is happening. Effort is the language of faith in action. It is the demonstration that you are willing to show up for yourself, to endure the grind, to persist when others quit. You may not see immediate reward, but the universe recognizes your consistency. It honors your diligence. It aligns opportunities, people, and circumstances to meet you where your effort has prepared you. Those who wait for recognition without effort are left wanting. Those who act with determination, even in obscurity, are the ones who find doors opening that no one else could force. Consider the quiet worker, the one who shows up every day when no one is watching, the one who practices, studies, and learns without applause. The one who disciplines themselves to do what must be done, even when it is uncomfortable or inconvenient. This is the person who eventually achieves greatness, not because luck favored them, but because the universe noticed their persistent effort. The universe does not ignore diligence. It rewards it in subtle, powerful ways. Opportunities appear at the exact time you are ready to receive them. Connections arise when your preparation has created readiness. Success follows the one who has shown unwavering commitment even when recognition is delayed. Effort is also the measure of resilience. Every attempt you make, every setback you endure, every failure you confront is recorded in the ledger of life. The universe sees it. The universe honors it. It is not just the successful moments that matter. It is the courage to try again after defeat, to rise after being knocked down, to keep moving forward when the world doubts you. This is the invisible work that defines destiny. This is the effort that the universe notices most profoundly, the effort that builds character, wisdom, and strength. Some people are discouraged because they do not see immediate results. They think that their work is meaningless because it has not yet produced recognition, reward from others. But the universe is patient. It works on a timeline that is often invisible to us. It gathers the energy of your consistent effort, stores it, and releases it at the precise moment when your preparation can bear fruit. This is why patience is inseparable from effort. To give your best, to show up consistently, and to trust the process is to invest in outcomes that the universe is carefully orchestrating on your behalf. Is not always grand or dramatic. Sometimes it is the small, repeated choices that accumulate into extraordinary results. Reading, practicing, learning, staying disciplined, showing kindness, persevering through challenges. These are the efforts that quietly shift the trajectory of your life. Every act of dedication, even when unseen, is noticed and recorded. It creates momentum, cultivates skill, strengthens character, and aligns your path with destiny. Those who understand this continue working, undeterred by temporary obscurity, trusting that the universe sees the value in their labor. The universe notices effort because effort signals intention. It demonstrates commitment, focus, and desire. It communicates that you are serious about your purpose, serious about your growth, and serious about achieving the life you are meant to live. Effort is the proof of faith put into action. It is the evidence that you are not idle, not passive, not waiting for luck to fall into your lap. Effort transforms potential into reality. It transforms dreams into accomplishments. It transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary outcomes. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, every time you refuse to quit, you are sending a message to the universe: I am ready. I am willing. I am persistent. And the universe responds. The universe conspires in favor of those who are prepared, disciplined, and relentless in their efforts. Timing, opportunity, and support align to meet those who are willing to put in the work consistently, even when it seems unnoticed. Effort also teaches patience and humility. When you dedicate yourself to your growth, you learn that success is not immediate. You learn that the journey is as important as the destination. You learn to trust your preparation even when recognition is delayed. And you develop the humility to understand that while your effort is crucial, the timing of outcomes is not always within your control. This balance between effort and trust in the universe is the hallmark of true wisdom. The universe notices effort, but it rewards it strategically. It does not give shortcuts. It does not provide unearned success. Every reward, every opportunity, every alignment comes as a result of persistent, consistent, purposeful effort. The more you invest in yourself, the stronger your preparation, the more the universe can respond in ways that create lasting, meaningful impact. When you show dedication in your private life, your personal discipline, and your unglamorous work, you are laying the foundation for monumental results that the world will one day witness. So, if you have been questioning whether your work matters, whether your dedication is seen, whether your sacrifices count, understand this: the universe notices. Every step forward, every hour invested, every lesson learned, every challenge overcome, every moment of persistence is acknowledged. Even if the world does not applaud, even if recognition is delayed, even if results are not immediately visible, your effort is never wasted. It is building the path for success, shaping your character, and aligning the forces that will deliver the outcomes you are working toward. Keep showing up. Keep pushing forward. Keep learning, growing, and persevering. Trust that the universe sees your effort, values your consistency, and is orchestrating circumstances to match the dedication you have shown. Every moment of effort is a deposit into your destiny, a step closer to the life you have envisioned, and a demonstration that you are serious about your purpose. The universe notices effort. It always has, and it always will. Patience is not idleness. Patience is not waiting passively for things to happen. Patience is not giving up, nor is it surrendering your goals to the whims of chance. No, patience is much deeper, much stronger, and far more strategic than that. Patience is preparation. It is the silent, unseen work that readies you for the life, the success, the opportunities that are waiting to align with your purpose. Patience is the bridge between effort and reward, between intention and manifestation, between desire and fulfillment. In a world obsessed with speed, with instant results, and with immediate gratification, patience is rare. We live in a culture that celebrates rushing, that praises those who seem to get ahead quickly, undervalues the process and the discipline behind long-term achievement. But the truth is, true success, the kind that lasts, is never hurried. It is never forced. It is cultivated in the quiet, the unseen, the deliberate, and the patient steps that you take every single day. Patience is preparation because it allows you to build strength, resilience, and wisdom before the world calls on you to perform. What is preparation if not patience in action? When you train, study, practice, and refine your skills, you are patiently building yourself for the moment when opportunity knocks, when you resist shortcuts, when you delay immediate pleasure in favor of long-term gain, when you endure challenges without complaint. You are preparing. You are laying a foundation that cannot be shaken. You are developing habits, discipline, knowledge that will support you when the time comes to step into your calling, your dream, or your destiny. Patience allows you to wait for the right moment. It prevents you from acting impulsively, making mistakes, or taking paths that are misaligned with your purpose. There is a power in waiting, power in being ready, a power in preparing quietly and thoroughly while the world is rushing recklessly around you. Those who lack patience often miss opportunities because they act too soon. They make poor decisions in haste. They fail to cultivate the skills necessary for lasting success. Patience is not passive, it is strategic. It is preparation that ensures when your time comes, you are ready to seize it with confidence, competence, and authority. Consider the process of planting a seed. You do not dig a hole, place a seed, and expect it to grow into a mighty tree in a single day. No, the seed must be nurtured, it must be watered, it must receive sunlight, its roots must take hold, its growth is gradual, invisible at first, consistent and deliberate. Patience is the gardener who understands that growth cannot be rushed. Preparation is the careful tending that ensures the seed will one day bear fruit, strong and enduring. Life works the same way. The patient person invests time in preparation, knowing that the results will come at the right season. They will be greater than anything that could be forced or rushed. Patience is also the teacher of resilience. When you cultivate patience, you learn to endure delays, setbacks, and challenges without losing your focus or giving in to frustration. You learn to trust that the effort you are putting in today is shaping your tomorrow. You discover that timing is not random, that the universe, opportunity, and life itself work on a rhythm that cannot be hurried. Preparation through patience allows you to face adversity without panic, to act decisively when the moment arrives, and to capitalize on opportunities that the impatient would have missed. Moreover, patience shapes your character. It instills discipline, humility, and wisdom. You learn to prioritize long-term goals over short-term satisfaction. You learn to value substance over appearance. You learn that success is not only about what you achieve, but about who you become in the process. Patience ensures that your preparation is thorough, your foundation is strong, and your actions are deliberate. It allows you to build the kind of character that can handle success responsibly, that can endure challenges gracefully, and that can remain steadfast when distractions and temptations arise. Power of patience lies in its alignment with timing. There is a time for every purpose under heaven, a season for every action. Acting too soon, rushing into opportunities, or forcing results can lead to mistakes, setbacks, and missed potential. Preparation through patience ensures that you act in alignment with the right timing, that your efforts are multiplied, and that your success is sustainable. Patience is the silent strategist that allows you to step into your destiny fully equipped, fully confident, fully capable of handling the responsibilities that come with achievement. Patience also fosters clarity. When you are patient, you are able to see beyond immediate distractions. You can assess situations with perspective, make better decisions, and avoid unnecessary conflict or error. Impatience clouds judgment. It pressures you to act from emotion rather than wisdom. Preparation through patience allows you to refine your plans, sharpen your skills, and approach life with calm, deliberate confidence. By waiting strategically, you ensure that your actions are measured, precise, and effective. Finally, patience strengthens faith. It teaches you to trust the process, to believe that your consistent effort and preparation will bear fruit in due season. It reminds you that your value is not defined by immediate outcomes, but by the persistence, dedication, and strategic effort you invest over time. When you cultivate patience, you develop a deep trust that the universe, or life itself, recognizes your preparation and will align circumstances, people, opportunities at the right moment. So understand this: patience is not doing nothing. Patience is preparation. It is investing in yourself, your skills, your character, and your future while the world rushes past. It is trusting the unseen work, the quiet discipline, repeated efforts that go unnoticed today, but will yield extraordinary results tomorrow. Patience allows you to endure, to learn, to strengthen, to align with the opportunities that your preparation has earned. Let patience guide your actions. Let it shape your decisions. Let it teach you endurance, wisdom, and resilience. Recognize that every delay, every period of waiting, every challenge you face is not a punishment, but an opportunity to prepare. Patient person does not rush, does not panic, and does not despair. They understand that the moments of preparation, the unseen efforts, quiet discipline are exactly what will allow them to succeed when the time is right. So today, embrace patience as preparation. Value the unseen work. Celebrate the quiet discipline. Trust that every hour you invest in learning, practicing, improving, and strengthening yourself is building a foundation that cannot fail. When your moment arrives, you will be ready, not hurried, not uncertain, not unprepared, fully equipped to step into your destiny with confidence, authority, and power. Patience is preparation. Patience is power. Patience is the bridge between your effort and your reward. Live it, practice it, trust it, and watch as the life you have been preparing for unfolds with precision, abundance, and timing that only patience could have made possible. There is a truth that is rarely discussed, yet it is one of the most powerful principles for success, growth, and fulfillment. Energy management matters. Your energy is your life force. It is your capacity to think, to act, to create, and to persevere. It is what allows you to focus, to achieve, to overcome challenges. Yet so many people expend their energy carelessly, giving it away to distractions, negativity, and unnecessary conflict. They fail to realize that how they manage their energy determines the quality of their work, the strength of their relationships, the trajectory of their lives. Energy is finite. Every day, every hour, every moment, you have a limited supply. And how you choose to use it shapes everything that follows. The person who ignores energy management burns out quickly. They are easily distracted. drained by trivial concerns and reactive rather than proactive. Their potential is wasted because their energy is scattered, misused, surrendered to forces that do not serve them. Conversely, the person who masters their energy, directs it intentionally, invests it wisely, preserves it for what truly matters. They accomplish more with less stress. They make better decisions. They attract opportunities. They thrive even in the midst of chaos. Managing your energy begins with awareness. You must understand what drains you and what replenishes you. Not every task, conversation, or commitment deserves your attention. Some people will demand your energy without giving anything in return. Some environments will sap your focus and leave you depleted. And some activities, though seemingly urgent, do not contribute meaningfully to your goals. Learning to identify these energy drains is the first step toward mastering your personal power. By saying no to what is unnecessary, by setting boundaries, and by choosing where to invest your attention, you conserve energy for the things that truly matter. Energy management also means protecting your mental and emotional state. Your mind is the command center of your life, and it requires care. Negative thoughts, worry, resentment, and fear consume energy unnecessarily. They distract you from your purpose and weaken your ability to act decisively. By cultivating a disciplined mindset, practicing gratitude, focusing on solutions rather than problems, and guarding against toxic influences, you preserve mental energy that can be directed toward productive action. Emotional energy is just as crucial. Stress, frustration, conflict drain your vitality. Learning to regulate your emotions, respond thoughtfully, and maintain composure under pressure ensures that your energy is available for growth, creativity, and achievement. Physical energy is equally important. Your body is the vessel through which all action is taken. Poor nutrition, lack of rest, and neglect of exercise reduce your capacity to perform. Those who ignore their physical energy cannot sustain mental or emotional strength. Managing energy holistically, mind, body, and spirit, is essential. Exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest are not optional. They are strategic investments in your long-term capacity to succeed. Your energy is your most valuable resource, and you must treat it with respect. Energy management also involves prioritization. You have limited time and focus. Not every task is equally important. Some activities yield exponential results, while others are minor distractions. The person who manages energy effectively learns to identify high-value actions, allocate their energy accordingly, avoid expending effort on things that do not align with their goals. Prioritization is the art of recognizing that energy spent wisely compounds over time, while energy wasted produces frustration, fatigue, and stagnation. Moreover, energy management includes the company you keep. People influence your energy more than you may realize. Some relationships uplift, inspire, and energize you. Others drain, distract, and discourage you. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive, and ambitious people preserves your energy, strengthens your focus, and elevates your mindset. Toxic environments and draining interactions protect your energy as if it were gold, because it is. Those who understand this secret achieve more, stress less, and maintain consistency even in challenging circumstances. Energy management also requires strategic rest and recovery. Life is not a sprint. It is a marathon. Even the most disciplined, committed, and hardworking people must pause to recharge. Sleep, meditation, reflection, downtime are not signs of laziness. They are tools of mastery. They replenish your mental, emotional, and physical energy, enabling you to return to your work stronger, sharper, and more effective. Person who works constantly without recovery is like a fire burning without oxygen. Eventually, it will sputter and die. The person who manages energy strategically knows when to act and when to pause. Understanding that balance is essential for sustainable success. Another aspect of energy management is focus. Energy wasted on distractions, multitasking, or indecision is energy that cannot contribute to meaningful results. Your attention is the channel through which energy flows. Direct it deliberately toward your highest priorities. Protect it fiercely. Avoid the noise, the drama, trivialities that consume time and strength. Focused energy produces impact. Scattered energy produces frustration. Master your focus. You master your life. Energy management also teaches discipline and accountability. To preserve energy, you must make choices that support your goals consistently. You cannot rely on motivation alone. It is fleeting. You cannot depend on circumstances to create favorable conditions. They are unpredictable. Energy management requires you to act intentionally every day, to make choices that align with your purpose, and to take responsibility for where your energy is directed. This accountability builds character, resilience, and sustainable success. Finally, understand this: energy management is the foundation of all achievement. Talent, intelligence, and opportunity are meaningless without energy to apply them. Discipline, strategy, and vision can only take you so far if your energy is dissipated on the trivial, the toxic, or the unnecessary. Those who rise above mediocrity, who achieve extraordinary results, do so because they manage their energy wisely. They invested in their growth, their focus, their relationships, their purpose. They understand that energy is a finite resource, and they treat it as such. So today, take a moment to reflect on your energy. Where is it going? Who is draining it? What activities, thoughts, or habits are consuming it unnecessarily? Make the decision to reclaim it. Guard it. Direct it with intention. Invest it in the work, people, and opportunities that matter most. Protect your energy as the precious resource it is, because it is the fuel for your focus, your productivity, your creativity, and your success. Energy management matters. It matters for your results, your peace of mind, your growth, and your future. Those who master their energy master their lives. Those who squander it find themselves drained, frustrated, unfulfilled. Protect it, preserve it, direct it intentionally, use it strategically, and watch as your life transforms when your energy is focused, aligned, managed with purpose. There is a truth in life that is undeniable. Words are easy, but results are powerful. Anyone can talk, anyone can make promises, anyone can claim to be working toward greatness. But what truly defines a person's character, skill, and influence is not what they say. It is what they do. Results speak louder than words. They are the evidence of action, the proof of effort, and the manifestation of commitment. Words may inspire for a moment. Results endure. Results create impact. Results leave a legacy. Too often, people mistake talking for action. They boast about their plans, share their goals publicly, and announce their intention to the world. But words alone achieve nothing. A promise without action is empty. Plan without execution is meaningless. A dream without work is just a wish. The world does not measure greatness by declarations or claims. It measures it by tangible outcomes, by the change you create, by the results that others can see, feel, and experience. Your words may create noise. Your results create authority. Your words may earn attention temporarily, but your results earn respect permanently. Results are the culmination of effort, discipline, and perseverance. They are born from consistent action over time, from the work you put in when no one is watching, from the commitment to your purpose even when it is challenging. Anyone can speak eloquently in public, but it takes dedication, strategy, and resilience to produce results that are undeniable. Results are proof that you are serious, that you are capable, and that you honor your commitments. They do not require explanation or justification. They simply exist, and their presence communicates everything that words cannot. Consider the difference between someone who talks and someone who acts. The one who talks may gain temporary recognition. It fades when the results fail to materialize. The one who acts may go unnoticed at first, but over time, the impact of their work becomes impossible to ignore. Results are cumulative. They are the outcome of countless decisions, sacrifices, efforts that happen consistently, day by day, often in silence. This is why patience, persistence, and discipline are essential. Words can promise, but results deliver. Results also carry credibility. Anyone can make a claim, but a result is irrefutable. It is tangible. It is visible. It cannot be argued against, dismissed lightly, or erased. When you produce results, people no longer question your capability. They witness it. Results create influence because they demonstrate competence. They inspire confidence because they prove reliability. They establish authority because they are the natural consequence of action aligned with intention. Words may convince, but results command. Words may persuade temporarily, but results endure permanently. Another important aspect of results is that they reflect integrity. Person who consistently produces results demonstrates that their words are backed by action. They are accountable. They are trustworthy. Their commitments are not empty promises, but actionable plans executed with precision. People naturally gravitate toward those whose results prove their reliability because results cannot be faked over time. Actions aligned with purpose, effort, integrity will always outlast empty rhetoric. Results communicate who you truly are beyond any claims or appearances. Results also inspire others in a profound way. Words may motivate temporarily, but results serve as a model. They show what is possible when vision meets discipline, when effort meets strategy, and when patience meets action. Others can see, learn from, and be encouraged by tangible achievements. Your results become a beacon not because you announce them, but because they exist. This is why true leaders focus on producing results rather than simply talking about them. Results create credibility, respect, and influence in a way that words never can. Producing results requires focus and energy. It demands that you invest your time, skills, effort in areas that truly matter. It requires prioritization, discipline, and the ability to ignore distractions. Words may fill space and create temporary impressions, but results are the product of sustained focus and action. The person who consistently delivers tangible outcomes is the one who ultimately rises above the noise, achieves goals, and leaves a lasting impact. It is also important to recognize that results speak quietly. You do not need to announce every effort or every accomplishment. You do not need validation or recognition to prove your worth. Your results, visible or not, communicate more than words ever could. Those who are distracted by applause, recognition, or external validation often fail to produce lasting results because their focus is divided. The person who produces consistently does so because their commitment is to excellence, not to approval. Results emerge naturally when dedication and effort are applied consistently regardless of attention or acknowledgement. Furthermore, results carry accountability. When you produce results, you cannot hide behind excuses, complaints, or rationalizations. Results are objective, are a mirror reflecting your efforts, your strategies, and your discipline. If results are lacking, they show you where improvement is needed. If results are abundant, they affirm that your efforts are aligned with your goals. Results eliminate ambiguity, clarify progress, and provide a measure of success that words alone cannot. Results are also transformative. They change circumstances, influence people, and create opportunities. They turn dreams into reality. They transform plans into impact. Words may articulate vision, but results make vision tangible. Words may inspire belief. Results validate effort. Words may motivate temporarily, but results leave a permanent mark. The one who understands this truth invests more in action than in explanation, more in work than in discussion, and more in discipline than in self-promotion. Ultimately, results are the legacy you leave behind. Words fade with time. Opinions change, praise is fleeting, but results endure. They are the evidence of your life, the footprint of your effort, and the manifestation of your purpose. People may forget what you said. They will remember what you did. They may overlook your promises, but they cannot ignore the results of your work. This is why the most powerful people focus on producing outcomes that speak louder than their claims, announcements, or intentions. So, today, make decision to prioritize results over words. Focus on action, consistency, and discipline. Invest in your growth, your efforts, and your purpose in ways that produce measurable impact. Let your achievements be the testimony of your dedication. Let your results communicate what words cannot. Do not get distracted by the temptation to impress, explain, or justify. Instead, channel your energy into producing results that are undeniable, lasting, and transformative. Words may capture attention for a moment. Results command attention for a lifetime. Words may inspire superficially, but results inspire profoundly. Words may promise, but results deliver. Let your life, your work, and your efforts reflect the truth that results speak louder than words. Let your actions, your discipline, and your achievements be the measure of your worth, influence, and impact. Work diligently, act consistently, and produce outcomes that cannot be disputed. Your results will speak volumes long after your words have faded into silence. There is a truth that every great achiever, every visionary, every person who has ever accomplished something extraordinary understands timing is everything. Life unfolds in seasons, and each season has its purpose. There is a rhythm to growth, a pattern to progress, and a perfect alignment that governs when opportunities appear, when success arrives, blessings are revealed. To ignore the timing of life is to invite frustration, anxiety, and unnecessary struggle. Trust the timing of life is to align with a force greater than yourself, a force that knows when you are ready, when you have prepared enough, when the moment is ripe for your breakthrough. Trusting the timing of life requires patience, faith, and surrender. It is not passive. It is not giving up. It is not sitting idle while the world passes by. No, it is the deliberate and intentional practice of preparation, of readiness, and of strategic action while recognizing that some things cannot be rushed. There are moments in life when you have to plant the seed, water it, nurture it, wait. The growth happens unseen, underground, and behind the scenes. And then at exactly the right moment, the seed breaks through the soil, reaching toward the sun, fully prepared to flourish. The universe orchestrates life with precision, and trusting the timing is the key to stepping into your destiny at the exact moment it is meant to unfold. Impatience is one of the greatest enemies of progress. Many people become discouraged because they do not see immediate results. They see others achieving their goals, receiving recognition, and experiencing success. They begin to question their own journey. They wonder why the timing seems delayed, why their efforts have not produced the outcomes they desire, and why life appears to be moving faster for everyone else. But comparing your journey to another's is futile. Timing is personal. Your life unfolds on your unique timeline. What is meant for you will not miss you, and what comes too early can collapse under your unprepared hands. Trusting timing requires confidence that the universe or life itself knows when you are ready to receive what you seek. Preparation is inseparable from timing. Trusting the timing of life does not mean you sit and do nothing. It means you work diligently, quietly, consistently in alignment with your goals, building skills, strengthening character, and cultivating wisdom while waiting. Every effort you make, every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome positions you to fully embrace your moment when it arrives. Timing works in your favor when preparation meets opportunity. The universe does not reveal its rewards to the unprepared. Patience, persistence, and disciplined preparation ensure that when your opportunity comes, you are ready to seize it fully. There is also a spiritual dimension to trusting timing. Life has a way of orchestrating events, people, and circumstances in a way that aligns with your highest good, even if it does not make sense in the moment. You may feel delayed, stuck, or frustrated, but these seasons are not failures. They are preparation. They are refining moments. They are periods of growth, learning, and resilience building. To resist or rush these seasons is to risk missing the fullness of your blessings. Trust is cultivated by surrendering the need to control outcomes and by believing that the universe is aligning circumstances perfectly for your benefit. Trusting timing also protects you from unnecessary mistakes. Many people rush into decisions, relationships, or opportunities because they are impatient. They act before they are ready, before they have gathered the resources, knowledge, or clarity they need. As a result, they stumble, fail, experience setbacks that could have been avoided. Timing is a safeguard. When you trust the timing of life, you allow yourself the space to gain clarity, to weigh options, and to act with wisdom. You do not force outcomes, you align with them. And when you finally act, your efforts are more effective, your decisions more sound, and your results more enduring. Faith plays a critical role in trusting timing. It is faith that sustains you during periods of waiting. Faith is the belief that what is meant for you will come at the right moment, that your efforts are not wasted, and that your life is unfolding according to a divine or natural order. Faith transforms waiting from a period of frustration into a season of empowerment. It allows you to continue working, growing, improving while remaining confident that your moment will arrive. Without faith, waiting becomes weariness. With faith, waiting becomes preparation. The timing of life also teaches resilience and perspective. Every delay, every detour, every challenge you face is part of the orchestration of your journey. Life has a way of teaching lessons, strengthening character, and refining purpose before delivering the reward. When you trust the timing of life, you gain patience to endure hardships, perspective to see the bigger picture, and resilience to overcome obstacles without despair. Timing is not about rushing, it is about alignment. It is about understanding that the moments of preparation are just as important as the moments of reward. Another vital aspect of trusting timing is letting go of comparison. Your journey is yours alone. The universe is not on anyone else's schedule, and success, blessings, or breakthroughs are not a race. Comparing your progress to someone else's only breeds doubt and impatience. Trusting timing is understanding that what is meant for you will arrive in its season, fully formed and ready for you to embrace. Your responsibility is to prepare, to grow, and to remain faithful. The rest is orchestrated by the forces of life beyond your control. Trusting timing also fosters gratitude. When you understand that everything arrives at the right moment, you begin to appreciate the journey. You recognize that every season of preparation, every lesson learned, every delay, and every challenge has shaped you, strengthened you, equipped you for what is to come. Gratitude transforms waiting from frustration into fulfillment. It allows you to honor your journey and find meaning in every stage of life. Ultimately, trusting the timing of life is about surrender, preparation, and faith. It is about working diligently while remaining patient. It is about understanding that what is meant for you cannot be stolen, delayed, destroyed. It will arrive in due season. It is about trusting that the universe aligns events, opportunities, and people in your favor when the time is right. Impatience may lead to mistakes, frustration, and missed opportunities, but trust ensures that your efforts are timed perfectly for maximum impact. So embrace the timing of your life. Value the seasons of preparation. Learn the lessons that waiting brings. Develop your skills, strengthen your character, cultivate wisdom. Trust that the universe sees your efforts, honors your patience, and will deliver what is meant for you at exactly the right moment. Do not rush. Do not compare. Do not despair. Your time will come, fully prepared, fully aligned, and fully powerful. Trust the timing of life. It is the rhythm of your growth, the foundation of your success, and the key to fulfilling your purpose. When you learn to trust, you release frustration, align with preparation, and open yourself to the blessings that are already on their way. The universe knows your readiness, and when the time is right, it will deliver. Be patient, be faithful, and be prepared. The perfect moment for your life will arrive. There is a truth in life that is often overlooked. Consistency is the bridge between desire and reality. Many people dream, hope, and even plan. Few understand that dreams do not manifest through intention alone. They manifest through consistent action, through relentless effort, through disciplined perseverance over time. Consistency is the force that transforms vision into reality, ideas into results, and potential into achievement. Even the greatest talents and the most brilliant plans remain dormant, unrealized, and unfulfilled. Consistency is the heartbeat of progress. It is the repeated commitment to take action day after day, regardless of circumstance, mood, or immediate result. It is easy to be motivated when energy is high and inspiration flows, but true consistency is proven in the moments when motivation is absent, when challenges arise, and when the results are not immediately visible. It is the quiet work done without applause, the discipline maintained when no one is watching, and the effort sustained despite setbacks. This is the kind of consistency that leads to manifestation because it builds momentum, strengthens resilience, and compounds over time. The power of consistency lies in its cumulative effect. Small, seemingly insignificant actions, when repeated consistently, create extraordinary outcomes. Each step forward, each effort invested, each discipline practiced, a building block. Alone, they may appear trivial, but together they create a structure strong enough to support dreams, ambitions, and long-term goals. Consistency turns ordinary moments into extraordinary achievements, and it is the secret ingredient that separates those who dream from those who achieve. Manifestation is not magic. It is the natural outcome of consistent effort. The universe responds to those who show up day after day with dedication, intention, and focus. It aligns opportunities, circumstances, and resources for those who have proven through consistent action that they are ready to receive. When you are consistent, you signal to the universe, and more importantly to yourself, that you are serious about your goals. You are prepared. You are disciplined, you are committed, and when the time is right, manifestation occurs naturally because your efforts have created the foundation for it. Consistency also builds credibility and trust. Whether in personal growth, career, business, or relationships, those who are consistent are seen as reliable, disciplined, and capable. People trust results when they see regular, persistent action behind them. Manifestation, therefore, is not just about the universe aligning, it is also about the external validation of your effort. Others will recognize your commitment and support your journey when they see that you consistently show up and follow through on your promises. This recognition amplifies the manifestation of your goals, creating networks, opportunities, and partnerships that accelerate your progress. Discipline is inseparable from consistency. To be consistent, you must cultivate habits that support your goals. You must establish routines, structure your days, and prioritize actions that align with your purpose. Discipline is the engine that drives consistency, ensuring that you maintain focus and direction, even when distractions arise or challenges test your resolve. Without discipline, consistency falters, and without consistency, manifestation is delayed. Together, they form a powerful duo that propels dreams into reality. Consistency also fosters patience and resilience. Manifestation rarely occurs overnight. It is the result of persistent effort over time. By being consistent, you develop the patience to endure delays, the resilience to overcome setbacks, faith to trust the process. You learn that every action counts, every effort matters, and every step forward brings you closer to your goals. The person who gives up after the first challenge or delay will never experience the full power of manifestation. The person who persists consistently sees results beyond what they initially imagined. Furthermore, consistency aligns your actions with your vision. Dreams remain abstract until they are reinforced by daily effort. Each consistent action reinforces your intention, builds confidence, and strengthens belief. Over time, these actions compound, creating a momentum that propels you toward manifestation. It is not the occasional burst of effort that brings dreams to life. The steady, unwavering commitment to take action, no matter how small, each and every day. Consistency also nurtures learning and improvement. Each repeated action provides feedback, experience, and insight. You learn what works and what does not. You refine your strategies, adjust your approach, grow in skill and competence. Manifestation is not just the product of repeated effort. It is the product of improved, intelligent effort. Each day of consistency owns your abilities, aligns your methods, and positions you closer to achieving your vision. Another important aspect of consistency is faith in the unseen. Often, your efforts may not produce immediate, visible results. You may feel discouraged, wondering if your work matters. But the law of manifestation is cumulative. The universe, opportunity, and life respond to sustained, deliberate effort over time. Even when results are not immediately apparent, consistency ensures that you are prepared when the breakthrough arrives. Manifestation is often the sum total of unseen work, invisible preparation, and persistent action that finally converges at the perfect moment. Consistency also teaches humility and integrity. By focusing on daily effort rather than immediate recognition, you develop a character rooted in persistence, responsibility, and authenticity. You learn to value action over appearance, substance over showmanship, and results over rhetoric. Manifestation, when it arrives, is a reflection not only of your goals, but of the person you have become through the process of consistent effort. Finally, understand this. Manifestation is inevitable when consistency is maintained. The person who shows up, works diligently, perseveres day after day, sets in motion forces beyond their immediate comprehension. Their focus, energy, and discipline create alignment with opportunity, growth, and abundance. Consistency is the signal to the universe, to circumstances, and to life itself that you are serious, prepared, and ready. Manifestation is not a question of if, it is a question of when, and that when arrives for those who refuse to waver in their dedication. So make today the day you commit to consistency. Decide to show up, to act, and to persevere, regardless of immediate results. Build habits that support your vision. Protect your focus and energy. Embrace discipline. Learn from every effort. Persist through challenges. Trust that every small action compounds over time to produce extraordinary results. Understand that your consistent effort is the foundation upon which your dreams will be realized. Dreams may inspire, words may motivate, and intentions may guide, but it is consistency that brings manifestation. It is the steady, deliberate, persistent action that transforms vision into reality. When you commit to consistency, you create momentum, cultivate resilience, align with the forces that make manifestation inevitable. Work diligently, show up daily, persist relentlessly, and watch as your consistent effort transforms your dreams into tangible, lasting reality.